Hello, I'm Laura Kyle in Kuala Lumpur with the top stories here on Al Jazeera. More than 100 people have been killed and dozens are missing after Hurricane Ida triggered heavy floods and mudslides in El Salvador. Around 7,000 people are in government shelters. Officials fear the death toll will rise as rescue workers reach devastated areas cut off by mudslides. Ida is currently affecting the Gulf of Mexico. Pakistani police say a suspected suicide bomber has killed at least 3 people and wounded 3 others in Peshawar. The incident happened at a police checkpoint on the outskirts of the city. No one has claimed responsibility for the attack so far. The Iraqi parliament has passed a long-delayed bill that will help pave the way for national elections in January. Iraq's Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki hailed the election law's passage as a historic victory and described it as a strong response to the people who are trying to undermine the country's security. Colombia says it will appeal to the UN Security Council after the president of neighbouring Venezuela ordered his army to prepare for war. The remarks by Hugo Chavez led to protests on the border between the countries, where Colombians clashed with Venezuelan border guards. Dozens of people have been injured in central Indonesia after a strong earthquake hit near Sumbawa Island. It's east of the resort islands of Lombok and Bali. Officials say several buildings have been damaged by the 6.7 magnitude quake. The Taliban has claimed responsibility for a suicide bombing in Pakistan's northwest frontier province, which killed at least 12 people. A local official who had once supported the Taliban, but who had since turned against them, was among the dead. At least 30 others were wounded. The attack happened at a busy livestock market on the outskirts of the regional capital, Peshawar. China has pledged $10 billion in low-interest loans to Africa over the next 3 years. The pledge was made on Sunday at the opening of a 2-day Africa-China summit being held in Egypt. China's premier also announced plans for a new climate change project, food security and infrastructure initiatives. And Monday marks 20 years since the fall of the Berlin Wall, which led to Germany's reunification and the end of the Cold War. World leaders will gather in the once divided capital to mark the anniversary. Concerts and public memorials are also planned. Much more on our website, aljazeera.net/English.